Back in studio, P2, B-Mac, Jonathan Jones, Joe Musso, your host, here to break down a bit of what we saw between the Giants and the Commanders. We're expecting, JJ, so much out of the Commanders after moving things a year ahead of schedule, if you will, a year ago. Where do they grade out here week one against a divisional foe?
Yeah, okay. Just okay. I'll tell you what. Terry McLaurin is someone that we did not see on this highlight. We didn't see him because he missed all of training camp with his contract holdout and negotiations, and he had 2 catches for about 27 or so yards. You want to see him get integrated more into it. He only had 4 targets, probably because Jaden Daniels couldn't necessarily trust that he could throw to him, that the timing was going to be there, and so he had to look elsewhere. You hope that if you went to the NFC Championship game, if vibes are high, if you add a Laramie Tunsil, if you add a Von Miller, those guys are additive to what you already have in the mix. You have it, you add a Deebo Samuel. So I wanted to see him kind of pick up where they left off, and I didn't see that necessarily from the Washington Commanders today.
Always important to point out short weeks is it's Washington on a short one. They will go to Lambeau on Thursday night. So got to take this one, got to move forward, get that lactic acid out. It's never good, Pat, when we're sitting here watching a highlight and we all collectively groan. I mean, that's not scripted television right there.
Right.
It was a tough go for the quarterback for New York in this one. What are defenses doing to Russ that maybe makes life a little bit harder here later in his career?
Oh, man. I mean, I believe the biggest thing is Russ don't have the mobility that he had 3, 4, 5 years ago. And when I played against Russ, his biggest attribute was being able to move the pocket, being able to create those extra time for his receivers to get the ball down the field. Russ is always a little quarterback.
Yep.
So therefore, he has trouble looking over the offensive lineman. So that's why I believe a lot of his struggles are coming now, because his athletic ability has left him. So that may be the problem.
And we just saw some nasty work by the graphics department.
Yeah, who did
the
that?
Side by side. That's
Too soon.
It's week one. Take it easy here, folks. Shout out to our team upstairs that does an amazing job. Side by side, when you want to compare those two quarterbacks, the time had come for Daniel Jones in New York, but it might be someone else's time in the not-too-distant future, Mac. We're not calling for jobs in week one, but if you have a star wide receiver in year 2 that feels like there's someone else on the team that can get him the ball in a better manner, how short should this leash be on Russ?
Well, if you're Brian Daboll, it should be extremely short, because your job is attached to the quarterback production, that position. So if you're Brian Daboll, I don't know how long you could sit and just watch what we watched today. There's no creativity in the offense, and you have a quarterback who's not a playmaker. When you have concerns of the offensive line, it's imperative to have a potential playmaker at the quarterback position, a guy who can extend plays, buy a little time to help the offensive lineman out. You can say whatever you want to say about Daniel Jones and what did not work out when he was there in New York. One thing he did do was extend plays, given the opportunity. With Russell Wilson, he is who he is. He is a sitting duck, sitting in the pocket with no aspirations of trying to avoid defenders. That's why he's an easy target when he is back there, and you don't see Malik Neighbors looking like Malik Neighbors during his rookie campaign. You don't see some of the other guys making plays because their quarterback is not a playmaker. So if I'm the New York Football Giants, I don't know how much longer you can handle and watch what you watched today, because correct me if I'm wrong, they played against the Washington Commanders, I want to say improved defense, but it's not like they're the monsters of the Midway. It's not like they played against the Baltimore Ravens or the San Francisco 49ers, a team that has been known to rush the passer. They played against the Commanders. This should be an opportunity for Russell to generate some things. And even though the offense was stagnant for 4 quarters, they still was in this ball game in the end of the 4th quarter. The defense got tired, and this can really tear up the locker room if change is not made sooner than later if you don't see a different production.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about 3.5 yards per attempt for Russell Wilson. That's really tough. And Malik Neighbors, we saw last year, right? He knows what sort of talent he is, and he's going to let his thoughts be heard and be known. You're going to see it on the sideline with his body language. Obviously, Brian Daboll heard it from him. We saw that last year as a rookie. He's only going to do more of it. And I think to your point, B-Mac, as you two both know far better than I, football is absolutely a meritocracy. And so when you are out there on the practice field and Russ isn't necessarily getting it done, but you're looking over there and seeing what Jackson Dart's doing maybe on scout team. And then when you are playing on Sundays and Russ is missing guys in the end zone, when you finally get into the red zone, guys are going to start looking around, right? And they're going to say, hey, how about the rook? How about the rook with a little bit of swagger? And Brian Daboll loves
Yes, he
Jackson
does.
Dart. Loves Jackson Dart. He wants to pull the trigger. I'm telling you, he wants to pull the trigger. And what I saw today was an exercise in patience, because they had a package of plays for Jackson Dart that the offense was struggling and they didn't use it. They're not spoiling the rookie just yet. They're not ruining him right now. They want it to be perfect when they finally insert him. And to your point, B-Mac, it may be sooner than later.
It feels like a story we've heard before. It just belongs to a new city with the futility of Russ here in week 1. The Giants in season opener since 23 can't find a way, and Brian Daboll's team's got to start coming up with answers.